What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Forza Motorsport 7. Today we're going to do built versus bought. So basically we're going to go and take this bought car. This is a completely bone stock Nissan GTR, and we're taking it to the track. It's a short track, just doing 3 laps, and we're going to get a time. This was inspired from my time I spent at the track. I have this old 1975 Datsun, and I took it to the track. I live in Mexico, so track days are actually really cheap. So I was like, yeah, let's do this. And I was expecting to not lose. I mean, you don't lose a track day. I was expecting to go just get destroyed, and I did. But what I noticed while I was there was that a lot of the people who had been doing track days for a very long time were not in Nissan GTRs. They weren't in Porsches or Audis. They were there. People had those cars there. But the ones who were dominating, just truly dominating, were actually the ones in like the Renault Clio, the Volkswagen Golf, not the GTI, just a regular Golf. And I was like, man, I should make a video about this. You know, let's do built versus bought in Forza. So, this is going to be a video about a stock bought car. In this video, it's a Nissan GTR stock. I didn't homologate it, just total stock, and took it to the track. I didn't run the best times, but this isn't necessarily about coming out here and being a sim racer. This is okay. This is someone bought a car, took it to the track. And then the fun part is we're going to buy a car, a cheap car. And in this particular episode, it's going to be a Dodge Omni. And we're going to try and take that Dodge Omni and build it specifically for this track to beat this car. So no, I'm not going to be going all out, but I'm going to be doing anything I can to try and beat this car with the least amount of money spent. Because, you know, what's the point of buying a Dodge Omni and then putting more money into it than the person that has the Nissan GTR? There's no point. This is about the track day guys who've been doing it for 10 years, and they know better. You know, they can go ahead and do this. So here we are with the Nissan GTR going around the track. There's only 3 laps, so figuring out the car within that time frame in its stock form, because I do drive this car, but it's been homologated the whole time. So you switch everything down to stock, it's actually a lot different. But we're coming up here on lap 3. And our time will be determined, you know, the best time of the bunch. So let's go ahead and see what we get. It should be coming around a straightaway. I will say though that this track doesn't have any straightaways, so it kind of takes this GTR's massive amount of power and speed and just takes that away. It's all about handling this track. So our best time here was 53.3. And like I said, this is not the best track for the Nissan, but this is when you go to a track day. A lot of times it's not like you're not going to be at the Nürburgring. You're not going to be at these massive racetracks. You're going to be at a local track. It's going to be like this, real short. Okay, so here we have our brave little Omni that has, I mean, it's all basic sports stuff. I gave it sport tires. I did full racing suspension, all that stuff, because when I was at the track, I talked to a lot of the guys, and every one of them said, I've done racing suspension, I've done full coilover setup, I've done big brakes, and I've done some sort of roll cage and weight reduction, which basically means they took everything out of the car that they didn't need. They put a roll cage in it, they put nice coilovers on it, and they gave it better tires and brakes. So I did that. That's all been done. And then every now and again, someone would say, yeah, I did engine work. That's actually really rare for track day cars. You'd be surprised. So what I did was, a lot of them will have a map done, so they'll take it to a tuner, they'll get it mapped. I did that. They'll have a better ignition system, because sometimes they'll do racing events where they need to have an RPM counter, data logger, and all that stuff specifically for those events. So I went ahead and did that. The cams, put a mild sport cam. I didn't put the race cam on it. I didn't do any major engine work. I did the valves that would come along with doing a cam and a clutch, flywheel, stuff like that. The transmission, I sportied it up because a lot of people will do that. They'll just get different gears put in. No big deal. But this is a pretty typical track car. You'd be surprised. I mean, no, they're not going to be 87 Omnis, but they're going to be of similar fashion. Whatever they have and whatever they can get for cheap. And the whole point of a track car is to have a car that's cheap enough and that you can brake and not worry, but be more fun. That's fun enough to go out and thrash it on the tracks. So the real question is, can we beat a Nissan GTR with a relatively mild tune on this car? I mean, it's not beefed up. It doesn't have a motor swap. It's not all-wheel drive. It's just front-wheel drive, and it's the car that you would take to the track. It's cheap. It's fun. You don't care if you break it because, I mean, it's an Omni. There's tons of them. So this is built versus bought. This is what what I'm gonna be doing. If you like this idea, please leave a comment so I know, hey, you do more of these. And then if you want me to do a specific setup, like, hey, I have a Renault Clio, or hey, I have a, I don't know, Mazda Miata or something, Honda Civic, whatever, and I wanted to beat this guy at the track and I failed and he was in like a Mustang GT 500. Okay, cool, let's do that. Leave a comment below, tell me what you want to see, and I'll do it. But there it is. Impressively, with just basic mods, this Dodge Omni beat that Nissan GTR that was stock by a full second around this track. Now, this track doesn't have any straights. It's all windy, curvy, so it really took away any advantage that the GTR had as far as speed. But it did it. It beat it. So, anyways, that's going to be built versus bought. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I really, really hope you guys are having a great day.